Hello and welcome to our Hope for the Holidays experience. In just a few minutes, we're going to get started. We want to thank you for joining us this evening. Your program will begin in just a few minutes. Welcome to Red Cross's Hope for the Holidays experience. Your program starts live right now. And that is exactly what the American Red Cross does. Good evening to you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Emily Pantelides. I'm the president of Pantelides PR and Consulting, and I'm a very proud Red Cross board member from the Palm Beach and Treasure Coast chapter. I am going to be here with you for the next hour as your host, taking you through what I think is going to be a really amazing evening. We're going to have a little fun. We may even drink a little bit. That's coming up here. But what I want is for you to learn about the Red Cross and what this amazing organization does. And hopefully you're going to leave this virtual event with some very cool facts to impress your friends with. So let's start with a few. Since our founding in 1881, the American Red Cross has been dedicated to serving people in need. Even while the Red Cross adapts to meet the changing needs of the people we serve, we always stay true to those roots. Today, as throughout our long history, the Red Cross depends on generous contributions of time, blood, and money from the American public to support our life-saving services and programs. I know 2020 is a year hardly any of us are going to forget, not really for the best reasons. Millions of people across the country have been impacted by the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, while at the same time, hundreds of thousands of people have been affected by record-setting wildfires in the West and hurricanes along the Gulf Coast. The American Red Cross, they are the people who help in disasters. They continue to help people affected by these kinds of disasters, and disaster workers support thousands of people in need. I thought these stats were really just so impressive that I wanted to highlight them with you a little more. So I kind of had some help. I asked my children to help me showcase some of these numbers a little more. I thought getting your family, you involved, everybody involved to know what the Red Cross does was so important. So just listen to these numbers. Over the past several months, the Red Cross has provided more than 1.2 million overnight stays in emergency lodgings across multiple states all over our country. With partners, Red Cross has served more than 2.9 million meals and snacks. And here's where the arts and crafts section comes in. Hopefully you can see this number. Look at that. They have distributed 343,900 relief items with the help of partners. And the help, I believe this one was of a little 7-year-old named George. Now, take a look at this number. You see it there? Let me turn it so you can see it better. 117,800 individual care contacts to help people with medical or disability needs or provide emotional and spiritual support during what we all know are some very challenging times. And then last but certainly not least, look how many that number of households have had emergency financial assistance to help replace essential items and begin to recover. And that, my friends, is what the Red Cross does. More relief supplies, including ready-to-eat meals, cots, blankets, cleanup kits, hygiene items, and personal protective equipments like masks and hand sanitizer are ready if we need them, thanks to the Red Cross. And Red Cross is helping people impacted by smaller disasters like home fires every day in our local communities. The ability to be there for emergencies is dependent on the generosity of our donors, and you are one of our generous donors just by being here today, so we're so grateful. Now, I know I can't see you, but we can all talk together. So I just want to get some little housekeeping rules out of the way before we get to the fun stuff. On the right of your screen, you are going to see the ability to chat or ask questions. Please feel free to use this question and answer tab or the chat feature. We can talk. So we can't see each other, but we are going to be able to have, in this weird world, a weird way of connecting. In the left main navigation tab, you're going to be able to view the agenda, attendees, community, and sponsors. So take a minute to view our sponsors and learn more about all of them because they're the ones that are helping us. And by the way, a few of them are going to be hosting what are going to be the most fun breakout sessions. Really, I promise you're in for a treat. They are going to show you some of the cool things that we're doing in our community. You're going to see these breakout sessions later if you want to, and you'll get to pick, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But really quickly, in the resources tab, you can learn more about these speakers. You can take polls. You can review any Q&As from our sessions. You can even go to the registration page. And what's very important, what the Red Cross wants you to know is at any time during this presentation, you can text to give. That's really so important in a year that's been really hard for all charities, as you know. All right, I want you to chat. This is kind of the time where we can do it. So I'm going to start you off with a few questions. In the chat box, I would love for you to tell me maybe what you're doing for the holidays this year. For me, obviously, 2020 is a little different, so I don't think we're going to be doing anything. We're probably just going to sit home like we've done for the past 6 months. But I would love to hear what you're doing. Or maybe you can tell all of us that I'll read out loud here. What is your favorite holiday tradition? Do you have something cool that you're doing that you would love for us to know about? I would love to know. Do you like eggnog by the fire? Do you maybe like no fire since we're close in Florida to really heat? Do you wear sweaters? No sweaters? Any of your traditions? Would love to hear that. And last but not least, tell me about your favorite holiday song. Do you have a great one? Because I would love to tell everybody and to read your name here out for everybody to hear. While I wait for some of these questions to come in, I want you to know throughout the show to take pictures of yourself and tell us what you're doing right now. Are you watching this right now with your family? Maybe is your holiday decor up? If so, I want to see it all. I want to share it all with you. So go to your favorite social media site. Is it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is? Upload your pictures, but use the hashtag SFL Hope. That's SFL Hope. Throughout the night, we'll be showing your pictures to everybody. So, all right, let me see here. In the chat, I have a few people. Thank you. Lynn Williams is going to be staying home with family. That's exactly what I'm doing, Lynn. Heidi O'Sheehan, also home with the family. Sounds like we're all doing kind of the same thing here. And Mike Ryan's getting lots of rest. You need it, Mike. I don't know you, but we all could use a lot of rest. Thank you for sharing. Keep all of your questions coming here. We're going to read all of them. Lisa Colby, staying home, unfortunately. I know we're all doing the same thing. It's a tough time, but you know what can make it a little better? What we're doing here today. It's a weird way of connecting, but we're spending time together. You're supporting a great cause that needs it, who is really helping people who need it during the pandemic. So we're going to keep answering these questions, but in the meantime, I wanted to let you know that you can visit our silent auction under the auction tab on your left. And here's what you can bid on: a chance to win 4 grand tasting tickets to the 2021 South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Those were given by Southern Wine and Spirits. Or maybe a round trip 4-night stay to Punta Cana. That was given by Spirit Airlines and Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Those would be some really great holiday gifts, if I might say so myself, for somebody you love, or you know what, maybe yourself. We've all had a really hard few months, I know. So the auction is going to close next Wednesday. Wednesday, December 10th is when it closes at 5 p.m. sharp. So big, I hate saying this because it's a tongue twister, but bid big and bid often. Say that 5 times fast. It helps make a huge difference. You can also text SFL Hope to 76278 and make a donation at any time during this event. Okay, I have a couple more. Let me just read to you what everybody's doing. Jennifer Trammell is sharing 25 days of ornaments on Facebook and sharing the special stories behind her favorite ornaments on the tree. Thank you for letting us know, Jennifer. Sierra Campbell, Blue Christmas, the Elvis version. Oh, that must be your favorite song. Heidi O'Sheehan, my husband buys donuts and he and our children have a breakfast picnic on the roof before they put up our Christmas lights. That's so cute. I love that. And then Rebecca, I just lost you, Rebecca. There you go. Toriani, spending time with family. Every year we do a costumed themed holiday event. That's awesome. And Josette, who you're going to hear from in a few minutes, she's somebody special to the Red Cross. She says this holiday season, I will be enjoying the snow before a wonderful move to Miami to enjoy the beaches. Yep. Enjoy the snow now because you will not see it, Josette, when you move to Florida. All right. Before we keep going, I want to take you to a couple videos and then we're going to get to the good stuff. But I really want to highlight the amazing work that the American Red Cross does. So take a look.
When the world feels stuck at home, there are people who would love nothing more than to have a home. Disasters don't stop during a pandemic. Together, we continue to give help and hope to those in need. Help now at redcross.org.
that video does highlight the amazing work of the Red Cross. Thank you, Red Cross, for all you do every day. All right, now it's time to let the fun begin. We are going to have an exciting demonstration by one of our loyal partners, Bacardi. They're going to showcase a signature cocktail. If you purchase the high package, the good package, then you got this in the mail to follow along. If not, watch Bacardi here. Chris Hopkins is going to teach you how to make everything. You just have to buy this later, but take a look at Chris.
Hi, my name is Chris Hopkins with Bacardi USA. Today, I'm going to walk you through the simple way to make a very amazing, awesome Grey Goose Orange Cosmopolitan. So let's get started. This recipe is a very classic cocktail. It's going to require 1 ounce of cranberry juice. A lot of people sometimes think that a lot of cranberry juice is required in this cocktail, but the idea is only having a subtle pink hue, not to be something super, super red. Next, we're going to add 1/2 ounce of freshly pressed lime juice. If you don't happen to have lime juice on hand, you can easily squeeze 3 lime wedges directly into your shaker tin. Next, we're going to add a little bit of sweetness with Triple Sec. Now, Triple Sec is an orange liqueur that adds both brightness and acidity, but also just a little bit of sweetness to round out the citrus in the lime and the dryness in the cranberry. And then, of course, the star of the show, Grey Goose L'Orange Vodka, a beautiful premium vodka made with soft winter wheat and natural orange flavors and extracts added in. And for that, we're going to add 1.5 ounces. Then, time to get our shake on. Now, when you get a cocktail like this, it's really beautiful if you have it into a martini glass. So I'm going to use this glass, which is called a Nick and Nora. It's a nice, smaller version of a martini glass, but it keeps the drink super cold, which I'm a huge fan of because cold cocktails taste better. To finish, I'm just going to put a simple little orange slice on top, but you can do an orange twist to finish off and get those nice, bright orange oils on top. And that's it. Super simple, really amazing, totally crushable. The Grey Goose L'Orange Cosmopolitan. Cheers.
Cheers to Bacardi for making that fantastic holiday signature cocktail. It is really delicious. If you don't have it, get that recipe. It's really tasty. All right, up next, we're pleased to welcome our new Regional Chief Executive Officer, Josette Valdez. Josette comes to us with 18 years of Red Cross experience from the wonderful state of Colorado. I told you you'd hear from her. After we hear from Josette, please enjoy these videos from our Make a Difference sponsors, Tropical Financial Credit Union and Holy Cross Health. And then Mary and Dustin will share with us their experience with the Red Cross. Take a look.
Thank you, Emily, for that great introduction. And hello, South Florida. My name is Josette Valdez, and I am so excited to be joining you soon. During my nearly 20 years with the Red Cross, I have been fortunate to serve in nearly every aspect of our humanitarian mission. When I think about the work we do, I am reminded of our Restoring Family Links program and the messages I've had a chance to deliver to families who have been separated from each other due to international or domestic conflict, disasters, or other emergencies. I think about the work we do with our active duty military members, veterans, and their families. And I also think about the time I crawled on the floor with a 6-year-old as we worked through their family evacuation plan as part of our home fire campaign. These experiences and memories remind me why we do what we do and why our community members, volunteers, and donors are so important. We are the best thing on the worst day of someone's life. I have experienced many disaster seasons, but none have been as devastating as this one. It has been heartbreaking to see firsthand here in Colorado the destruction caused by the Western wildfires and the impact on the thousands of families who have lost everything. The Red Cross has been sheltering, feeding, and caring for these neighbors in the West and the many, many families along the Gulf Coast who have suffered through not 1 or 2, but 5 hurricanes this year. These families are depending on us to help them get back on their feet. As we enter this holiday season, help us bring hope to those who may be spending the holidays away from home, in a shelter, or those who may have lost everything due to disasters. Please consider making a larger and more impactful donation today. We ask for your support to bring hope to so many in need during these unprecedented times. I ask that you please text SFL HOPE to 76278 at this time to make a generous contribution to our life-saving mission. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us, and please enjoy the rest of your evening.
Hi, I'm Rich Huber, and I'm President and CEO of the Tropical Financial Credit Union. And I want to take just a minute to share with you our thoughts on why we support the Red Cross so strongly. You know, there's not anybody in the country who's not affected in some way by the work that they do. Whether you're in the hurricane zone, as we are, if you're in fire, tornadoes, earthquakes, there's not a place in the country that you're not affected by them. Not just domestically here too, but around the globe. Their footprint is global, and the scope of work is global. And the organization is not funded by any government entities that would normally do that kind of work. It is funded by private contributions from organizations like ours and yours. And that's what keeps it going. And there's no other organization who supports the armed forces the way that the Red Cross does. They fill in the gap between what the government does and the needs for the families of the armed services people. And so there's a role there that I think is very vital to be played. And again, there's no other organization that does this kind of work. And they're not funded by any government agencies. So they rely on organizations like us to recognize the scope of what they do and the importance of it. And that's why we want to support them and keep them going strong and doing the good work they do. So thank you for your time.
Holy Cross Health is proud to co-sponsor Hope for the Holidays. Holy Cross and the American Red Cross Broward chapter have been longtime partners in protecting the health and well-being of our community. Enjoy the evening.
Last Tuesday, the winds picked up really bad. The fire was just coming down the canyon. You could see the top of the trees up the hill. They were all on fire. And you could just see the fire as it would blow to the next tree. Embers all in the air. The most scariest part of our evacuation was our baby. The time we took him, put him in his car seat outside the door to load him in our minivan, the air itself just really got to him. Out of all of that, I think that was the most terrifying thing for both of us, was his breathing. So we came to the evacuee center this last Wednesday. We called the Red Cross. They told us to come here and that they would help us. So we packed our minivan up and we came here, and they walked up to us and said, "Mary, would you like to be put in a hotel?" And I said, I just started crying because we don't have that much money right now to our name. No matter what happened, I knew that I was gonna have my husband and my kids and our dog, and we made it out okay. I can't imagine the families that have lost more than just their housing, what they're going through. So many businesses and so many families are gone. The compassion that the Red Cross has shown for us as a family, I've never had anybody just come through and that doesn't even know me or know my family and just drop everything to help us. We know we can build back up, but we didn't want our child to go without anything that he didn't have to, and that was one thing we were extremely grateful for as a family, because without the Red Cross and the donations, we wouldn't know where to turn in this time, and so we just really want to say thank you. I don't know where we would be right now, or if we would even have a home for our son. And to know that we have everything we need and he doesn't have to go without during this time has been extremely helpful, and we're just really grateful.
And that is exactly how the American Red Cross brings hope for the holidays. Because you're here helping us raise money in an unprecedented year, we are so incredibly grateful. So that's why you're here, to hear the stories from the Red Cross, but you also want to have a little fun. So now's the time for us to do that. We're going to go to our breakout sessions. Each session is tailored to help you create the perfect holiday experience, whether it's designing your home or cooking the family meal or gifting maybe a new handmade wine. So now is your time. You're going to join any of our 3 breakout sessions. You can't go to all 3, so pick the one that you want in your agenda page. I'm going to review just a couple of them for you. The first one is The Art of Making Wine. It's presented by Charles Chuck Parker. We're going to enjoy a one-on-one preview of making homebrew wine. These are the perils of when you're live at your house, you hear dogs. So my apologies for that. They couldn't wait for the breakout rooms, I'm telling you. The second breakout room is Home Where the Holidays Are. That's presented by Clive Daniel Home, De La Flor Florist and Gardens, and Galleria Farms, where they will showcase beautiful holiday interior design tips. And the third breakout room is called Cooking with Celebrity Chef Eric Peterson. It's presented by Evo Italian. Did you know that he won Guy's Grocery Games on the Food Network? He's going to show you how to make his award-winning dish. Head over right now to the room of your choice. Remember, I'm going to see you back here afterwards, but take a photo of you with your holiday celebration. Post it to your favorite social media platform. Use the hashtag SFLHope. We'll share the most entertaining photos when we get back. Go over, everybody. Enjoy your breakout rooms. I'll see you back here on the other side. That was so much fun. I hope you had a great time in any of the breakout rooms that you went to. I went and hung out in the Evo Italian restaurant breakout room. I learned how to make the award-winning Food Network dish. And I have to say that I'm probably not going to make it. I'll just go to Evo and eat it. They have the best food anyway. So thank you, Chef Eric. Thanks to all of my fellow co-hosts for each breakout room. Mobile Mike with The Art of Winemaking, and Yolanda Valencia with Clive Daniel Home and De La Florist and Gardens. And of course, celebrity chef Eric Peterson. Just hot tip. If you ever want to see a celebrity in town, go to Evo. There's always one there. All right. Thank you guys so much. Remember, the text to give option is open throughout the remainder of this event. Text SFL HOPE, HOPE, to 76278 right now and make a donation. So remember at the beginning of this, I asked you to hashtag some photos on social media. I'd love to see a few of them. So can we pop up a few so you can see if maybe you popped in or some of your photos that were hashtag popped in? Look at us. We're doing pretty good. There's some really good looking ones there. And I hear we have some nice pictures of people by the tree. Continue to do that. Text SFL HOPE if you want to make a donation to 76278 right now. And if you want to post something on social media, you can use that hashtag right now. We're doing SFL HOPE. I have a minute here just to kind of talk about some of the chats. I heard during the breakout rooms that you guys were chatting back and forth and all sorts of cool things. I just want to answer a couple of the questions I didn't get to. So Sarah Urban, she says we're doing an in-house potluck with each family member making a different dish. Chris Yasonidi says favorite holiday song is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Hilarious. Yes. Irritating only by January 1. Nicole says they're making cookies with kiddos. I love all of these. Thank you so much. If I didn't get to them, there's so many. I'll just tell you, Ron said I get a present every day for 8 days. Anyway, lots of great stuff. I do want to tell you that obviously we're having a great time. This is a lot of fun, but this is still a fundraiser. And while we were in the breakout rooms, I got the latest number, $74,320. That's how much we just raised tonight altogether. And I know it's a huge number. I'm super excited about it, but Red Cross told me they want more. Their goal for tonight was 100K. So we're really close. 74,320 is a great number. I mean, it's a lot of money, but to get that goal, to help the people you saw in the video, to help the people across our area who are suffering 100K. So don't forget that text to give. And it's time to revisit our silent auction. If you haven't had a chance to view that silent auction, make sure you visit the auction tab before next Wednesday. You have plenty of time. December 10th is the last day at 5 p.m. That's when it closes. So we're going to be sure to contact all of the winners to redeem their prizes. Also, if you'd like to find out more information on what the South Florida Red Cross is doing in our community, you can visit our webpage for more information about any of our 5 lines of service. You can get event updates and other ways to get involved. All right, tonight was possible because of some really generous sponsors, and I want to take a minute, and if you'll just bear with me here, these are the people who made tonight possible. We had a lot of fun, and it was because of our presenting sponsor, JM Family Enterprises. Thank you so much. They were our first presenting sponsor. Our second was Bank of America. Thank you for making tonight possible. You guys are so generous, and we're grateful. Our Make a Difference sponsors were Tropical Financial Credit Union and Holy Cross Health. Thank you so much. Our mission sponsors, Clive Daniel Home. Thank you so much, as always, and for that breakout room. That was a lot of fun. The humanitarian sponsors are Galleria Farms, Fire Chiefs Association of Broward County, Florida, Ravi Ramnarian, a CPA. Our supporters of Hope sponsors are T-Rex Creative LLC and Ron and Bev Nordman. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hey, before we go, I want to thank our production team, Reimagined Fundraising Experience. They made this event as close to in person as we could possibly get, did an amazing job. It went off without a hitch, except for one slight problem, which were the animals that you saw, my dogs barking. You know, there's an old thing in TV news. They say, if a mistake happens live on air, you ignore it and go on. But in this case, I just want to tell you something, because it kind of, if you were here earlier, you heard my dogs barking. We're doing this from home. We're trying to raise $100,000, doing this virtually in a pandemic. And I think really our production team has done a great job. But Rose brought up the dogs again and had something really great to say. She said there's a Red Cross pet app, which I thought was a really interesting point to bring up too. You can ask questions any day about anything to do with pets. So there you go. A mistake led to a good point that we can learn anything we want about our pets at the Red Cross Pet app. So Rose, thanks for letting me know about that. Hey, thank you guys so much. I just think this was the most amazing evening. I had a blast. The chats were so fun. The breakout rooms were great. You were giving, you were generous, and man, are we grateful. Stay tuned right now for our end of show celebration. I hope you have a great, blessed end of your night. This was a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for being here. On behalf of the American Red Cross, we are eternally grateful.